I'm Rob Kircher, and welcome to our 1905 cottage restoration. This is an ongoing series of episodes with my wife Barbara and I restoring this newly purchased diamond in the rough behind me. Now, call us crazy, and we probably are, but we believe that we can turn it into an absolute showstopper. Now, there are many inherent problems. There are electrical problems, insulation problems, plumbing problems, and a myriad of other problems still hidden within their walls. And trust me, folks, they're there. So stay with us as we spend money, time, and effort in transforming this beauty into an incredible restoration. Coming up, Marvelous Marvin and I will be pouring a concrete slab for my garden hose and lawn tools. Barb and I will be painting the two remaining sides of our restored shed. Then I'll be unearthing a cache of Medina Stones along our driveway. Marvelous Marvin will be digging up stubborn roots in our front yard. Plus, there's still that surprise coming up. So you have to hang in there and find out what it's all about. Meanwhile, we appreciate you subscribing, sharing, liking, and commenting. It's very, very appreciated. Thank you so much. Well, it's a beautiful day at our 1905 cottage restoration, and it's actually morning, and the sun is just starting to come over on this side of the shed. And what Barb and I are doing is finally getting around to painting the other two sides of the shed. Now, on that side, Paul Herman did that wonderful mural. Well, Paul's masterpiece is completed. I absolutely love it. And I asked him, do you have a name for it? And he says, yeah, it's Noah's Ark's Gathering of the Animals, or the Gathering of the Animals from Noah's Ark. However you want to look at it, but I got to tell you something, it is absolutely spectacular, and we're going to get a lot of notoriety from just having it here, and already people are lined up wanting to buy paintings from Paul. So, so thank you again, Paul. You did a marvelous job, and we couldn't be more delighted. And now we are going to be painting this side of the shed. This is the color that our house is going to be, and Barb's putting the base blue color down now, and then I'm going to be cutting in with the white. So we're going to be doing this side and then the other side as well, and the front side is already painted. So you want to stay with us and see how fabulous this is going to look in about a couple hours. So here's Barb cutting in with the blue next to our window. Now remember, these windows I actually raised 3 courses because they were too low. From this vantage point you can see both windows. The window I just raised on the west side and the one I'm about to raise on the south side. This is the side that faces the park. And if you remember also that this shed was literally in the mud when Babs and I bought the house back in what was it, August, I guess. And then we jacked it up and put a new floor in it, insulated it, and all that good stuff. Now behind me is the original shed, which dates back again to 1905. Well, over the years, it's had some problems. It's actually sunk into the ground. The floor was completely rotted out. So what we've done up to this point is we've ripped the old floor out, we jacked it up about 1.5 feet, and now we're adding new joists, and soon we're going to have a new floor in it. So now we're putting this wonderful color down, and I got to tell you, it's such a glorious day. I wish you guys were here with us. It's the next morning, and as you can see, it's a glorious morning. The sun is shining, and it's going to be probably about 72 degrees today, which is absolutely fantastic. And as you can also see, I managed to get the other side of the shed painted before dinner last night, and what it needs is a little more touch up on the white, and basically that's it. And then we'll be done with this part of the project. And then my favorite part, which I've been waiting to do for God only knows at least 4 or 5 days, is I'm going to grade and seed this lawn, because right now it's all dirt and Barbara is driving me crazy. She wants green. So I'm going to be putting down grass seed, and it's got a lot of rye in it, so it should crop up pretty fast. This is the new stone path that we put down, plus beyond that to the top right, right next to my grill, I actually put some more stones in. So we have now a space to put a table or something alongside the grill. And then it goes, and of course it goes into the shed. So all this is going to be seeded today. And as you can tell, there's nothing but dirt at the moment. Well, it's unseasonably warm today. I got to be 82 or 83 degrees. And you can see the kids are already playing in the park. And everybody's enjoying today because it's springtime. However, you're talking about upstate New York. And tomorrow, it's going back down into the 60s. And it's probably going to stay there for another week or so. And then maybe we'll get back up to, you know, some decent weather. But I'm taking advantage of the weather right now. And I'm seeding my lawn, or seeding my ground, I should say, because it's been nothing but dirt for a long, long time, because it's been under construction for a long, long time with our paths and all that. So I'm going to put down a mixture of about 70% rye and the rest of it is fescue. And the reason I'm doing it is because rye germinates very quickly and I want instant satisfaction. So hopefully, not by tomorrow, but probably in 7 to 10 days, I'm going to have a green lawn. I got this set on 4, and I'm just doing a general broadcast of seed. And then what I'll do is I'll rake it in later on. By the way, we have a bunch of bees here. We probably had thousands before, and I think they're mud wasps, and they're collecting mud for their nest. I think, I don't know, but there's lots of them. Okay. Now along the way, as we produce each episode of our 1905 cottage, you're going to be meeting a lot of our neighbors and friends, very interesting folks who have an interest in our home as great as we do. And so they're lots of fun, and I'm going to tell you something, you're going to have some new friends, you really will. So send us some comments, don't forget to subscribe, like and share it, and we look forward to hearing from you. Okay, so as you can see, Marvelous Marvin and I are slicing open these bags. Actually, Marvin did all the muscle work, and now what we're going to do is we're going to grade it out. Ideally, we like to have about 2 inches of this all-purpose gravel, and then 4 inches of concrete. So that's the goal. And starting to drip a little bit, so we want to get this done before the rain comes. So stay with us. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's the next day, and Marvelous Marvin and I started about 7 o'clock this morning, and we have probably about 34 bags of concrete mixed, and what Marvelous is doing right now is he's just kind of leveling it. We're going to be brooming it. We still have this whole area in here to fill up, and we've got our mesh to pull up, and we have the edge and a bunch of things. But this is a progress report, and it's not beautiful, I'll tell you that right now, but when it's done, I think it's going to be pitched in the right way, and I think it's going to be relatively flat, and that isn't too bad for a couple of weekend warriors. So stay with us, folks, and see the aftermath of our concrete slab. That's it. You don't have to go real deep, but that's how you do it right there. There we go. So Marvin's making a nice little neat edge there. Okay, folks, well, we started, as I said earlier, at 7 o'clock, and it's now 4 o'clock. So it took that long for us to do this, but Marvin did a great job of actually doing what they call the control lines. Now we just have to wait about 3, 4, 5 days, whatever it's going to take for it to cure. And when it turns white, then we can take out the 2x4s and then do the final grading run it.
I put a sealer on it.
A sealer. So Marvin says we need to put a sealer on it. And I think that's a good idea.
Concrete sealer.
Concrete sealer. Okay. I've never applied a concrete sealer before, but there's always a first time for everything, right? And you'll see in this area, hopefully, is some green grass, which will make Barbara also very, very happy. We have received much applause and interest in our YouTube channel reality show, to the point where folks have been asking for more episodes more frequently. So we will begin publishing weekly starting Saturday, July 1st, and always at 7 a.m. Thanks again for being such loyal fans of our 1905 cottage restoration. Cobblestone pavers that are very common to people who live in Rochester and the surrounding areas, and certainly where we live here in Forest Lawn. And they were initially quarried, if you will, by skilled laborers, skilled masons who worked on the Erie Canal. And they were very common, as I mentioned, throughout all of Rochester, their streets, their sidewalks, and so on. And in our property, I found a bunch of them as we were excavating and so on and so forth. So we're using as many as we can find around various places. Now, some of them are right here on the back of my shed, and we have 2 rows of them, and they're very beautiful. And I don't like the looks of gutters, so when the rain comes off, it was just dripping and eroding the soil. This way they're going to drip and they're going to hit the cobblestones and kind of just splash off. So we're doing the same thing on the other side as well. But I love them, and these are our local Medina cobblestones, quarried in Medina, New York. On a previous episode, I was lucky enough to unearth some amazing lake stones from this general area here that ran underneath our rhododendron and to the end of the house. We now use those very large, beautiful stones for a walkway that runs from our back patio to our restored shed. In the same area, ladies and gentlemen, I have found another treasure trove. Medina pavers. Now, last fall I saw a little indication that there could be maybe another treasure trove here in a very different way, and I only saw about 4 of these things, about half of them. Well, this morning I started to unearth these. Now, here's the good news. They're beautiful, and I think there's going to be a lot of them. The bad news is I don't see any indication that they actually run underneath our asphalt driveway. I think at one time they did, and I think they dug them up and probably threw them away and put the asphalt down, which is a major shame. But lucky me, we still have these, and it's curved right here, and then there's 2 rows that run in that direction. I don't know how far. Hopefully they run to the end of the driveway and towards the street. If that's the case, I have another project in mind for these beautiful Medina pavers, and I'm not going to tell Barbara about it right now because I want to surprise her, but I have to dig these all up just to see how many I have. But so you want to stay with me and see where this leads us, because I think these are going to be just an amazing addition to our 1905 cottage restoration. Here's a close-up of these amazing Medina pavers. Absolutely gorgeous. As you can see, I've made a lot of progress, and to my delight, the Medina stones continue to flow towards the street. So we'll see what happens, but it's amazing. And the other thing that is heartening, if you will, to a certain degree, is that some of these Medina stones are actually under the asphalt. Now, I don't know if they just poured some of the asphalt over some of these, the edge of the Medina stone, or if the Medina stones actually continue under the asphalt. We still need to find that out. But in the meantime, I'm going to continue to follow this line and see how far it takes us. What you're looking at is another treasure trove of Medina pavers, Medina stones and Medina sandstones, whatever you care to call them. But here they are. They're in between our house and our neighbor's house, and at one point there must have been, as I mentioned before, with the exception of the barking dog, there must have been some sort of a pathway through here that led from basically a white picket fence back there all the way in this direction, and I don't know how far it's going to go. But so far I probably have dug up about 6 or 7 of these wheelbarrows full of Medina stones, and what's really strange is a combination of the flat lake stones. And so what they have is they have a Medina stone and then they have a lake stone on top of it. Why? I don't know. So that's another mystery with our 1905 cottage. My good friend Marvin, better known as Marvelous Marvin, is back with us again, and he's doing a good job of pulling some of these stumps that we had out in the front yard, and then we're going to be using this area to stockpile our Medina stones, which I think he's already managed. Look at that. Perfect. So what we got here is a very stubborn stump. Marvin is just a great friend of ours. He also works with Scott Guilfoyle, our plumber, and a bunch of other guys. Works with my nephew, and he's just an all-around great guy. And he lives in a little village called Macedon, which is about 16 miles away from us, to the east, and lived there, I think, pretty much all his life. That is stubborn. Now Marvin's bringing in the heavy artillery now. Got this big persuader here. Whoa, there you go. Ooh. I think you are very close to getting that. There's one stubborn little root there someplace. Yay! You got it! Yippee! Congratulations, Marvin. That is amazing. That's a biggie. Now, as you know, this is an ongoing love affair, so who knows how long it's going to take for us to complete this thing. It could be 2 years, 3 years, but we hope you stay with us. So thank you for watching, and don't miss an episode. I hope you enjoyed the show. Coming up in episode 12, Marvelous Marvin and I will be pouring a new concrete sidewalk. Then my conceived portico will become a reality as Herb Broderick and Marvelous Marvin help me install 2 large posts. And that's going to be followed by numerous steps that I will undertake to bring it to completion. It's all coming your way, so don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. It's most appreciated, folks. Thank you so much.